How's this for a title? Comicsgate is growing while Gail Simone is singing a coda. Is that like too obscure? How bad is Spider-Man by J.J. Our family-owned slaves Abrams and Son? This look seems to say, yeah, we're rich and powerful. If I want my kid to write Spider-Man, then damn it, he will write Spider-Man badly. If I want to write Star Wars, I'll screw up Star Wars. It's so boring that there simply isn't enough material in it to make a 10-minute video. Let me give you the summation. Spider-Man joins Antifa to vandalize small businesses to intimidate them. That's it. That's the critical elements of the comic. They turned a hero into a villain. This is his little blue-haired Antifa girlfriend, and here he is looking just a fruity, skinny little twerp because it's current year or something, and like this kind of, I don't know, pansexual ambidextrous. Ambidextrous. He might be. You know what I mean. This kind of gender bending nonsense. Look at their bodies. They're the same height, and they kind of have the same bodies. They're just skinny and flat chested. He's got red hair and she's got blue hair. Oh God, this is stupid. Okay, anyway, they have him join his Antifa girlfriend. She's dressed up in her Antifa outfit. They didn't actually have them dress up like Antifa, but come on, guys, this is kind of heavy-handed. And then he pretends to dress up in a costume. It's not his costume. And then he and his little Antifa girlfriend, let me zoom in on that image, they go to spray paint a business. This is Spider-Man. And they're spray painting a small business to intimidate them. That's it. That's the story. Guys, Antifa are the modern day political officers. People hate Antifa. Only communists like Abrams and CNN like Antifa. I don't think even Antifa likes Antifa. They have so many factions within them. The black nationalists, the white socialist puppets, the Jewish communists. They are constantly bickering. The only thing keeping Antifa from killing each other is they're so stoned and full of estrogen. Antifa is what you get when you have liberal parents or single moms or helicopter parents. They indoctrinate their kids that nationalism is bad and CNN is impartial and unbiased news. That AOC is a bartending genius who said the world is going to end in 12 years. Guys, don't eat babies, eat pussy. That will be my campaign slogan. Basically, Henry Abrams inserted himself into the story. They both look like fruitcakes. I meant Spider-Man and Abrams. But there's something evil about them. They have this look that says, I will stab you in the back. Poison your well. Jesse Smollett, a hate crime. You know, the standard stuff to destroy a nation. All the usual tropes are present. Child bride in a hijab. Bad white policeman. Blue-haired androgynous girl. That's the word I'm looking for. This is a pretty cool image, except it's ruined when you consider that they just got done spray painting a small business. If someone from the 80s could look at this comic, they would just shake their head and say, what have you done to Spider-Man? Do you people not understand what a hero is? Spider-Man is a complete pussy in this, led around by his girlfriend, who's the man in the relationship. It's bad, but it's bad because the writers don't even know enough to make it worse. The propaganda imagery is so heavy-handed. Little Muslim girl, evil Irish cop, blue-haired whore with STDs. The comic is just bad and boring. I doubt that it will be around long. Now this is an entirely different kettle of fish. Please don't get fooled by the cover. Admittedly, it's very good. You can soak that in. That's a very effective color. I got a cover. It's a silly costume, admittedly. I don't know what they were thinking with a spiked belt. Obviously, that belt would just get in the way of everything. And he doesn't use it to any advantage at all. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of kinky or something. This is Gail Simone's book. It is different. It's so bad and heavy-handed that it becomes entertaining. It's written by a misandrist, racist communist who can be funny, but she's so blinded by ideology that she has lost her ability to write. Oh, these are the alternative covers. Yeah, they're the best part of the book. She lost her ability to write. In 10 years, she's going to look back on this and cringe and probably chalk it up to Trump derangement syndrome. The Death-Defying Devil, #1, came in at 9,000 issues. Not very good numbers. But usually it's about 5,000 by issue 2, and by issue 3 it should be down below 3,000. And it's absolute dog feathers. The storyline is the typical white man bad storyline. The setting is a nursing home, where in the real world, 90% of the employees are Latino and 10% are Africans. Trust me, I worked in a few. But Gail manages to find the guy from German Central Casting to play the bad guy. Gail makes some sort of crack at the healthcare system, which is ironic because massive Mexican immigration, both legal and illegal, have bankrupted the system. Is Gail advocating that we deport 50 million Mexicans so Americans could have better health care? I guess Gail got red-pilled. There is stupid, heavy-handed propaganda on every other page. Let me just read the first frickin' page. Some Mexican lady who's painting very, very slowly. See, this is what I don't get. When did we get so black and white? Trump, am I right? Oh, God, it's all like this. I don't get it. We categorize everything into good and bad. Not based on what's actually good and bad. But on, teams, we put ourselves on teams. Tina, how's that soup going? I guess it's hungry. We haven't really met. I'm Marika. I'm an artist just trying to bring, I don't know, some color. Dun, 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 dun. Tina's my sister, her parents. It's not great because, my sister's a lesbian. So my sister's a lesbian, guys. My sister is a lesbian. How stunning and brave. Look, she's a lesbian with purple hair. Ignore she's got her head in the rainbow. This is vegan soup. Oh, God, no. She's vegan, but she knows how to eat fish. You don't seem like a vegan, Mr. Devil, but Goddess bless you for staying here. This is one thing I don't understand about these weirdo childish weirdos. That she's probably not going to be childish for long unless she decides to abort it at 9, 10, or 11 months. They definitely are atheists. They're hardcore atheists. It's not so much they don't believe in God. It's just they hate whatever religion they were brought up in, which is usually some form of Christianity. But then they say things like goddess. Well, so what religion are you referring to? What goddess are you referencing? Oh, I'm not really referencing. I mean, like a Greek god, a Norse god. What's your? Well, I'm not really religious, but I'm spiritual. What does that mean? Just if you're an atheist, be an atheist. If you're a deist, be a deist. If you're agnostic, I'm just spiritual. You're just a chick drinking Starbucks, wearing your Uggs. Stop trying to try so hard. If you want the structure and format of a religion, then just go find one Christian religion near you, find the church near you, and attend it so you can meet your neighbors. But just some kind of like wishy-washy thing is, I'm vegan, but I'm pro-abortion because I value all life except for human life. That is a rock and a hard place argument that I've had with, and abortion's not my issue, but I just think it's fun to talk to vegans. When you ask them about abortion, all of a sudden they don't have time for the discussion. Like, do you value all life or just cows? Anyway, one of those people has his eyes on Tina. We don't feel safe going out. Anyway, I just feel like we could all use something not so stark in our lives, something beautiful. So you painted a red squiggly line, and looking at your artwork in the background, I see another red squiggly line. Good job, buddy. Probably sounds silly. Should realize you're exhausted. It's okay. You can sleep on the couch. I'm going to kiss you on the forehead. Blah, blah, blah. I always knew my hero wouldn't be just one color. Okay. That's great. This is a nursing home, like I said, retirement home, whatever. Two evil white guys, German Central Casting. The purple-haired weirdo, the pregnant Mexican boss lady. If you can guess who the bad guy is, Yeah, the white guy. The white guy. You know who doesn't work in nursing homes? Guys who look like that. Guys who look like this. Who big white guy is getting talked down to by his Mexican boss. His breastless Mexican boss who, well, she's pregnant. She's going to have tits. This is like the one time you can draw her with tits. These guys don't work in nursing homes. They work very, very rarely in nursing homes. Nursing homes, 90% Mexican, 10% African. You're not going to see these guys there. Anyway, so every line that Gail Simone writes here is, she's got Trump derangement syndrome so bad. Every line is written by a 45-year-old obese woman who's trying to be cool and hip, so she can really get down and rap with the kids with their Pac-Man and rock music. Dear Gail Simone, there is a lot of elder abuse, but it's not done by the people of the light. It's done by that other group. Just go on YouTube. 100% of the people caught on camera are female PODs, usually the older BT800 models, a few of the newer BT1000s. Go watch Tommy Sotomayor's channel if you want to learn a thing or two. And if you think I go out of my way to find this white man bad, brown woman good cancer, you're wrong. It is the majority of the comics made today. It is all too easy to find this nonsense. Only in comics do you see blonde dudes robbing liquor stores. POLs don't do that. PODs do. Just turn on the news for a 24-hour period. Almost 100% of the crimes against the person, violent crimes, are by PODs. Go to any courthouse, talk to public defenders, district attorneys, or sit in court. see who comes before the docket. See what the list of crimes are. See what the people look like. I feel like I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking, and they read this kind of nonsense, this just absolute horse garbage. And like, nobody wants to say anything? Nobody wants to speak up? Nobody, just me? Only in comics you're going to see so many blondes and red hairs. I live in California. It is basically Mexico. Even the Mexicans say there are too many Mexicans here. The thing is, if you wrote an honest comic, the liberal stores, they just wouldn't carry it. Even Kickstarter told Mike Miller to go pound rice. Da-da-da-da-da. See, every time I make a joke like that, I wonder if I'm going too far. But then people tell me, no, go further. Our only consolation is that this book probably sold about 3,000 issues. There is absolutely nothing worth reading between the covers. Now, the cover itself is something else. Like I said, the cover art is pretty solid, but it's not worth paying $4 for one image. If your audience is 90% POLs, why would you make them the antagonists? Your audience is more likely to look like this guy. The truth is, if they made a POD the bad guy, then the 12 angry sociopaths on Twitter would freak the fudge out. Why do you think this sells under 5,000 issues? Because the white man bad storyline is just silly. Gail, we have the internet. We know this kind of stuff is absurd. It's like the people in mainstream comics really hate the wonderful people of the light. Oh wait, that's right. They do hate the people of the light. The thing that makes me laugh is that we all know the names of these idiots, Gail, Mags, Mark Waid, yet their product sells in such low numbers. Hey, how well is Ignited selling? That's right, it's not. Hey, Kwanzaa, how well is White selling? It's selling half of what his first book sold for. So Kwanzaa's garbage doesn't sell, but he keeps getting jobs. So it's not on merit. What's it on? Your guess is as good as mine. Mainstream comics is basically socialism in action. They can hire who they wish. They can write whatever storyline they want. But they can't make people buy their stuff. At least not yet. It's odd that these people have so many Twitter followers, but their followers won't actually buy their books. But they don't care about money. They care about dopamine. Comicsgate is an entirely different story. People in Comicsgate are always hustling. You may sell your first book on personality, but the book had better deliver, or nobody's going to buy the second book. Mitch Breitweiser is late on Red Rooster. So his wife has a book out, and the funding is slow because the first book didn't deliver, but it's these people's first campaigns. The books are a bit late, but they are getting delivered. There are mainstream pros with books that are years late. Does anyone remember Big Hawaiian Dick? I went through and read the comments a few months ago. The backers who got ripped off are roasting him in the comments. It's really funny. Now, I know that the comic book hut was roasting Comicsgate guys for late campaigns, and people were getting mad. I hope you can read this. I'm sorry you got owies, mister. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck me. Like I said, people got mad at Comicsgate Hut, but we need to hold ourselves to the same standards we hold the mainstream people to. Otherwise, we're just being hypocrites. But keep in mind, a first campaign is going to have some delays and bumps in the road, so you got to cut people some slack. This is just derp to derp to derp derp derp. This is Gail Simone at her best. No one should have a unicorn. A rainbow-colored unicorn on her head. Though speaking of rainbow-colored unicorns, if you want to enter the art contest, click on the link in the description, and you can color that skull in. It's got a unicorn thing on it. You can color rainbow-colored if you like. Make it as silly as you want, and you'll win something from the convention in November. And you can click on the link and you can join our Discord. You can support the channel on Patreon or buy me a coffee and any of that kind of stuff. All right, guys, I will see you all next episode for more comic cancer cringe.